Citizens of Papua New Guinea, 36 hours counting down to PNG no confidence vote. PNG News Brief will this time present brief news on events unfolded prior to upcoming VONC. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and let's get started. Prime Minister's stance bold on the upcoming VONC. Prime Minister James Marape has maintained a composed and measured stance regarding the upcoming vote of no confidence scheduled for Tuesday, April 15, 2025. He has emphasized the importance of adhering to democratic processes and respecting the rule of law. In a public statement, Marape acknowledged that votes of no confidence are a legitimate part of Papua New Guinea's democratic framework. He urged citizens to remain calm and allow elected leaders to exercise their constitutional responsibilities. He also highlighted the government's commitment to transparency, announcing plans to release detailed records of funding allocations to provinces and districts since 2019 to demonstrate equitable distribution of resources. Marape's confidence is bolstered by substantial parliamentary support. Recent reports indicate that 82 members of parliament attended a government caucus meeting, signaling strong backing for his leadership. Additionally, the government recently passed a constitutional amendment introducing an 18-month grace period following an unsuccessful vote of no confidence, which would prevent subsequent motions during that time. As the vote approaches, Marape's approach reflects a commitment to stability and constitutional governance, aiming to navigate the political process with integrity and transparency. As of early April 2025, Prime Minister James Marape's government in Papua New Guinea has secured the support of 82 members of parliament, MPs. This backing was evident during a government caucus meeting held ahead of the scheduled vote of no confidence. The composition of the government's support includes Pangu Party, 48 MPs. Our Party, 10 MPs. United Resources Party, 9 MPs. Social Democratic Party, 6 MPs. People's First Party, 4 MPs. National Alliance Party, 1 MP. People's Movement for Change, 1 MP. People's Party, 2 MPs. Notably, the People's Party's leader, Sir Peter Apatas, is the opposition's nominee for Prime Minister. With a total of 118 seats in the national parliament, a simple majority requires at least 60 MPs. Therefore, the government's current support of 82 MPs provides a comfortable margin. This strong backing has enabled the Marape government to pass significant constitutional amendments, including the reintroduction of an 18-month grace period following an unsuccessful vote of no confidence. The vote of no confidence is scheduled for Tuesday, April 15, 2025. Given the current parliamentary support, the government appears to be in a strong position to withstand the motion. The members of parliament from Enga province have publicly declared their positions. Four MPs from Enga province have reaffirmed their unwavering support for the Marape government: Honourable Sir John Thomas Pundari, member for Kompiamambam; Honourable Imos Akam, member for Lagaipe; Honourable Don Palm Pali, member for Kundep; Honourable Mickey Kayak, member for Wapanmanda. They highlighted the remarkable progress made under this leadership, especially in Enga province, with strong partnership between Prime Minister James Marape and Enga Governor Sir Peter Apatas. Citing the government's investments in Enga province's education and health infrastructure, the MPs also acknowledged the new Pakra mine arrangement, which they say is aimed to provide greater returns to landowners and the provincial government. However, they noted that Governor Apatas independently sought support for the vote of no confidence motion without consulting other Enga leaders with the exception of the Wabag MP, Honourable Dr. Tom Lino. They say they respect the governor's decision as a leader, but it was made without broader consent, and calling on Sir Peter to reconsider his stance. On the other end, leading up to the anticipated vote of no confidence, VONC, against Prime Minister James Marape, opposition convened a press conference at the Grand Papua Hotel in Port Moresby. The event featured key opposition figures, including Enga Governor Sir Peter Apatas and East Sepik Governor Alan Bird, who articulated their collective vision for national leadership and reform. Key highlights from the opposition press conference: Sir Peter Apatas, nominated as the opposition's alternate prime minister, emphasized that his candidacy is driven by a commitment to national interest rather than personal ambition. He stated, "The goal of the alternate government is to save Papua New Guinea," highlighting the need for a hard restart to address the country's challenges. Sir Peter called upon all members of Parliament to prioritize the welfare of their constituents and the nation as a whole. Governor Alan Bird's perspective. Governor Alan Bird of East Sepik Province underscored the opposition's unified stance, expressing concerns over the current administration's governance. He advocated for leadership that is accountable and responsive to the needs of the people, reinforcing the call for change through the VONC process. Support from former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. Former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill publicly endorsed Sir Peter Apatas as the alternate Prime Minister, signaling a consolidation of support within the opposition ranks. O'Neill's backing adds significant weight to the opposition's campaign for leadership change. Opposition's reform agenda. The opposition outlined a reform-focused agenda aimed at addressing systemic issues within the country. Key priorities include electoral integrity, implementing measures to ensure free, fair, and transparent elections. Law and order, strengthening law enforcement and judicial systems to restore public confidence and safety. Economic revitalization, developing strategies to stimulate economic growth and address fiscal challenges. These initiatives are presented as essential steps toward restoring stability and trust in Papua New Guinea's governance. The opposition's press conference marks a pivotal moment in the nation's political discourse, setting the stage for the forthcoming parliamentary proceedings related to the vote of no confidence. Papua New Guinea's politics is fluid. Anything can happen anytime. Subscribe and like to stay updated on PNG News Brief.